Interstellar begins on a farm somewhere in America, USA, where a pilot turned farmer named Cooper lives with his important daughter Morp and his unimportant son Tom. Morp believes that their house is haunted by a ghost which constantly pushes books off Morp's insanely well maintained bookshelf. Cooper assures Morp that there is no ghost. But then there's a gigantic dust storm. The dust storms are caused by blight, a plague of general horror that has killed Earth's crops. The blight is never explained. Certain theories persist that the blight is caused by Sauron. During the dust storm, Marp accidentally leaves her window open and dust begins to accumulate on her floor in a pattern that resembles Morse code. Cooper decides that what's happening inside of Morp isn't supernatural, it's just a curious gravitational anomaly, an anomaly which writes the coordinates of local top secret NASA headquarters in Morse code. When Cooper shows up at the local top secret NASA headquarters, the scientists completely believe his story about a weird gravity ghost in his daughter's bedroom. This is because the top secret NASA scientists believe they have discovered indirectly a new alien race. This alien race is not located in outer space but rather in the fifth dimension, a semi theoretical place located above, below, and beyond our own reality. The NASA scientists believe that the fifth dimensional beings are communicating with humanity. They communicate with humanity in two ways: by opening up a wormhole near Saturn and by pushing books off a bookshelf in the bedroom of a young farmer's daughter. By way of visual explanation, here's what the plot of Interstellar looks like in our third dimension. And now imagine that there's a fifth dimension being who floats above everything that happens in Interstellar. From that being perspective, everything that happens in Interstellar is happening all at once. Indeed, everything that has ever happened from our third dimension perspective is happening simultaneously. Uh, for the sake of argument, let's assume that the fifth dimensional being looks exactly like Mr. MXYZPTLK, the fifth dimensional prankster who often taunts Superman, shown here in the original purple suited incarnation because Christopher Nolan loves three pieces. Before Cooper departs on his mission to the wormhole, Morp tells him that she has decoded more Morse code communicated via her magic bookshelf by Mr. MXYZPTLK. The message reads, "Stay." Cooper assures Morp that the ghosts aren't real, even if fifth dimensional beings are definitely real, and leaves. Interstellar happens, and then on the far end of the galaxy, Cooper goes in the black hole of Gargantua. Once he is inside this black hole, Cooper finds himself in a tesseract, which is essentially the backside of daughter's bookcase. But it's the backside of every single moment in time that his daughter's bookshelf has ever existed. Cooper is told by helpful robot boy Tars that Mr. MXYZPTLK built this magical infinite bookshelf so that Cooper could communicate with his daughter at the start of the movie. Uh, Cooper, I was the ghost all along. The first thing that Cooper communicates to his daughter is the coordinates of NASA space station, which means that the plot of Interstellar is closed circle time loop. Like this Interstellar glitz its version of time travel with a lot of chatter about gravity and relativity, but on a pure plot level, this is the time travel by the of the Terminator. In this, the first Terminator, John Connor, sends his father back in time so that his father can meet his mother, thus gives birth to John Connor. In Interstellar, Cooper sends his message to his past self so that his past self can become his own future self. When is inside of Tesseract, Cooper also has an epiphany. The fifth dimensional beings are not aliens. The fifth dimensional beings are humans from the far, far, far future who have evolved beyond the limits of third dimension. These future humans are now helping to create themselves by giving humanity the wormhole to a new galaxy. So the history of humanity after Interstellar looks like Cooper uses his book New Powers of Bookshelf based intergalactic telecommunication to tell Morph how to solve an unsolvable equation. More on this later. For now, all you need to know is that the fifth dimension begins shut down the tesseract and sends Cooper back through the wormhole. We know this because along the way he meets up his past self when Endurance was coming through the wormhole and shakes Annie Hathaway's hand. The fifth dimensional beings then deposit Cooper back in our solar system. This is because the fifth dimensional beings are really swell people and want Cooper to see his daughter again. You might ask yourself why the fifth dimensional beings are nice enough to bend the rules of space and time for Cooper when most of the other people in the movie died pointless deaths on the far side of the universe from these loved ones. The simple answer, Uh, Mr. MXYZPTLK doesn't give a F about Wes Bentley.